Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Whitton and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marvellous Monday, May 13. Hope you're good, folks, wherever you are. A couple of people jumping in right now, which is good. Good to see. Hey, good morning, Sonny. A few of the early birds here. So we'll kick off the day and just do the regular hellos. Good to see you, Sonny, mate. For those who are popping along. Hello, good morning. Jason Whitton's my name. Most of you know that, though. But if you don't, you might be new. That's good. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you here on a marvellous Monday. Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chat, something we do every weekday. The kids are in the background. Hey, Talia, I've got them on a live stream. That's funny. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, the kids are in the background. I'm on a little bit of holiday and taking a bit of time out. But I was having a little look at what is going on out in the world of property investing, wealth, money, the future, those sorts of things. And it's interesting times, as always. Something's afoot, folks, and I think everyone's asleep at the wheel. And we'll talk about that today. But Alex, you're back in town. Good to see you, mate. Hey, if you're there, folks, give us a shout out in the chat. Let me know if you're back, like Alex. Good to see you, Alex. But yeah, what's going on out there in the world, ladies and gents? There's a new tax in town. Anyone know what that new tax is? Anyone? Well, it's not a new tax, but it's a new way of implementing an old tax. Anyone been listening to what's going on out in the world of the government trying to take our hard-earned money from us, folks, changing the rules all the time? This is an interesting thing about, the government. If you or I in business or in your job, the rules are the rules. Here's what happens: you pay your tax, or you do your calculation, and that's the number. And you just decide, I don't like that number anymore. I'm going to change. What would happen? You'd get in trouble. You'd get in a lot of trouble. Maybe even some people would end up in, pretty nasty strife, go to jail, get in lots of trouble. But you know what? The government can change their mind. They can tax and take your money anytime they bloody like. They're maniacs, absolute serial pests. The number one destroyer of wealth in this country is unfortunately divorce. And the second, not too far behind, folks, are the politicians. Now, they will destroy your wealth as quick as you can blink an eyelid at it. and they're at it again. And because this tax is aimed at those who might be a little bit better off, unfortunately, most Aussies are either don't really give a shit, or they go, oh, well, they deserve it. They're rich. They're rich pricks. But here's the drill. The compounding effect over the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years, maybe even longer, your children, folks, maybe you're 40 or 50 now, but your children are going to be, if this tax comes through, if this change comes through in a certain way, your children will be exposed to a tax that you didn't care about, but now they're going to pay the price for. And what is that tax? Anyone know? I'm rabbiting on a little bit here, but does anyone know what it is? Hey, morning, Luke. Good to see you, mate. Howdy doody. And there's Jeff in the house. Good to see you, Jeff. Does anyone know what the tax is? You might not know, so let's get on with the show. Have a look at this, folks. Right now, the government is proposing that they will implement a tax on our super to tax inheritance tax. Well, that's afoot as well, Sonny, and this is part of the whole thing when it comes to super. Unfortunately, Australians are very apathetic about their super. Okay, especially young Australians. Super doesn't feel like real money. It's like, oh, well, the money goes in. Oh, it's not my money. I don't get to see it. Well, folks, I tell you this. Some of the wealthiest privately owned businesses in this country manage your super funds. Now, those you go and have a look at it. Look it up. Go and have a look at Buzz Super and all of those super companies. Go and have a look at the top 20 or 30 super companies, and go and have a look if they're publicly owned or privately owned, and they will be privately owned. 90% of those companies are privately owned companies managing your super, and they are on the drip. You start work at, let's say, 20 to 25 as a young person, and you're putting money in that super fund for the next 40 years. Those companies, now, if they manage your super, have got an income stream from you for 40 years. And it doesn't matter diddly shit whether they make you money, lose you money, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter nothing. I just saw an article in the newspaper just recently about, the Royal Haynes report. Let's have a quick look at this, actually. I'll show you. This is ludicrous, right? Absolutely ludicrous. The report, the Royal Haynes report. Actually, it's not showing up. I could probably put it on here. The Royal Haynes report. Let me do this. I'm gonna whack it on here. There we go. Check this out, folks. The Royal Haynes report happened 6 years ago, and they're still being charged fees. Super companies didn't do anything, right? They're still being charged fees. Superannuation customers are still being charged fees for no service. 6 years on from the Haynes Royal Commission, right? Like, this is ludicrous. This bullshit. What happened? This Haynes Royal report, all it did is went on this witch hunt for financial planning. It was mostly the banks doing stuff. They got fined hundreds of millions of dollars for doing the wrong thing. Yes, there's individuals, no matter what industry you're in, doing the wrong thing. That's what this oversight's for. The number of financial planners that left the industry because of the cost and the bullying and the absolute weight and cost of helping someone manage their wealth. The 1 million less Australians today, folks, listen to this. 1 million less Australians after the Haynes report. 1 million less Australians get financial planning advice now because of the Haynes report. How the fuck does that? How was that a success, for a financial success? What a joke. No one's fucking been held accountable to that, I can tell you. Absolutely drives me insane, right? 1 million less Aussies have less access to financial planning advice. Are we back? Anyway, there you go, folks. Let me know in the chat if I'm back in the live stream. My internet here dropped out. I'm on holidays at a little holiday villa somewhere out there. It's the ocean. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite nice. But anyway, internet on an island. It was touch and go. They're back. Oh, there you are, my love. A million less Aussies get superannuation advice because of the Haynes report 6 years ago, and they're still charging Australians fees. Still charging them fees, folks, after the report. It's ludicrous. Absolutely insane. But here's the drill. Check this out. There's plans afoot. To tax unrealised gains inside your super when your super gets over $3 million. All right? It gets over $3 million. Oh, that's good. That's good, Jeff. Thanks, mate. So everyone goes, well, so what? That's only for those rich pricks, That's only for those rich bastards who, have got all this money. So they should pay this tax, right? Well, let's have a look at this. At the end of the day, some of us might think, oh, well, we might never ever get there. Let's have a look at a calculator. How maybe possible that might happen for us. If you have a look at age 25, expected salary, employee contributions, balance, whatever it might be, let's have a look at what the numbers might be for someone here in investing. So a life of work, contributions. This is your balance. There's a certain return in there, a 5 or 6% return. Fees, 5 or 6% fees. This is the thing. There's as much money. You do the mathematics on the fees that those people earn for 40 years, and you get what? Anyway, look at this. Your target retirement income. Put it in the chat for me. What's your target retirement income, folks? Like I know many of us have chatted about this. Folks. Put it in the chat for me. What income would you like to retire on? At age 60 or something like that. How much would you like to retire? And we've talked about this 100, 150, 200, but chuck a number in the chat for me. Because I can tell you this, the super thing, you need to take it seriously because, what a lot of our young people don't understand is they're going to break through that $3 million barrier in, 20, 30, 40 years time. And their children, it doesn't feel that much, does it, Alison? You're dead right, And it's not, this is the thing. Like today, 216 tax-free. I love it, Jeff. I love it. Well, let's just chuck it in. Let's go. Like 150 grand is not a lot of dough, right? And I can tell you, in 40 years' time, it's not going to be that much. And let's say I wanted to, do that at age 60. Check out that, folks. and I'm laughing because it's fucking ludicrous, right? Okay, you spend 40 years building the balance of your super, all right? Balance of your super, and if you wanted to live off your super, a combination of income and capital and whatever, you run out of money at age 67, 66. Ludicrous, right? Look at this. Out, bush, gone, mate. Gone, right? Okay. What will you have to live on? And it was on there before, so 50 grand, right? I think that was it. So if you lived on 50 grand, okay, you're and then an age pension kicked in a little bit, right? And then you use less of your super. How's that? Hey? There you go. So, folks, that's the drill. Anyway, that's quite an interesting calculator, that one. You can go to super projection calculator. This is the thing, right? Combination of super after 40 years, and some pension if you get it. See when it kicks in, like the pension kicks in. This is the thing. The pension kicks in at age 70, right? You want to retire at 60, then the pension kicks in at 70 and whatever. The cost of medical bills, it's going to be pretty expensive. Like 50 grand is going to be nothing, folks. 50 grand is going to be nothing. I'll tell you that. So you want to bloody own your house. You want to put some other investments aside, and for all of us sitting here right now, we're all doing that, which is good. All right, that's important to sort of get the gist of. All right, but with this tax, what's going to happen here? The government are looking to implement this tax now when no one really cares because it's only really affecting the rich people. Yeah, don't worry about them, right? But so here's how it sits right now. Right, this is the $3 million cap. Now, both you and I know, every single person sitting here on this call should have a goal to hit the $1.9 million asset value in their super, right? Why should we all have the goal? At the moment, it's 1.9 million. Why should we all have that goal at 1.9 million of assets in our super, folks? Put that in the chat for me. Why should we all have that goal? This is the thing. It drives me fucking insane that, this industry, tiptoes around and saying secrets and, oh, you can't say that because you're not a licensed financial planner. Get stuff. I can say it. It's written on ASIC's website. All right. So go read it. I'm just telling you what to read. Right. At the end of the day, everyone needs to understand the best way to understand their money. Right. 1.9 million, because at this moment in time, with your super, that's a tax-free environment after the age, well, when you put it into retirement phase later in life, right? So let's say you had some assets in your super, right now there's no tax payable. It's really a zero tax regime, which is what it's meant to be. What it's meant to be, folks, right? Now, what are they talking about? An unrealized gain, right? Get this, like, don't miss this point. You don't sell anything. There's no disposal, right? You didn't sell it and you made a capital gain and you calculate the tax, folks, right? They're not talking about any of that. They're talking about you still own the thing, right? You've paid all your taxes so far. You paid your stamp duty. You paid all your rates. You paid everything. You paid your land tax. You paid everything. You paid your GST when you purchased the property, or if the developer did or whatever. All the taxes have been paid, right? And here's the proposal, right? If your property goes up in value over a 5-year period, 20%, or a 10-year period, that's the tax payable. And you didn't even sell it. You own a property, it goes up in value, and it goes up 20%. And now they want to charge you capital gains tax on something you haven't realized. It's a paper gain. Paper. That's pretty interesting. What happens if it goes down in value? You're going to give me a refund? I guarantee they're not going to do that. Hey, that'd be an interesting mode, wouldn't it? Go buy some piece of rubbish property, so it goes down in value in bumfuck Idaho, and go, oh well, listen, it went down, so I should get a tax rebate instead of a tax gain. It's a joke. It's a joke. Anyway, what's the point of my conversation this morning, folks? Yeah, that's what's coming, Trina. That's what's coming. So probably the point of my conversation this morning, folks, is like, listen, we need to wake up. We need to pay attention to what's going on. And the dirty, filthy rats that are the politicians want to put their sticky, filthy hands in our super. Because it's the largest chunk of money in Australia, and it's only going to get bigger. They're marching the contributions from 10 to 11 to 12 to 12.5%, and it is going to be trillions and trillions of dollars. It is one of the largest pools of funds on the planet, Australian super, I think in the top 5, right? And those grotty pricks are going to have a crack at it, right? Yeah, we all should fire up. I'm telling you, Alison. I'm telling you, everyone's fucking asleep at the wheel here. I'm pretty fired up about this stuff because we don't think super's our money, and the grotty politicians and their mates who run the super companies got their sticky fingers in it, and they're going to grab it. They're going to take our super and do things like, oh, we've got a housing problem. Let's use your super to build it. Well, listen, you pricks. I wanted to use my super to buy my own properties, but then you almost banned borrowing in super, right? Then you go, oh, it's too hard for you to manage your own super. Get stuffed. You muppets are absolute morons. I'll manage my own super, thanks. Anyway, bit fired up today. There you go. Listen, folks, don't fall asleep at the wheel. Understand what's going on with your super, and sit down with the right financial planners, some good ones. If you need a good financial planner, we know a couple of very good ones. And if you do need one, then folks, give us a shout out. We can introduce you to, the right one. Don't fall asleep at the wheel on this stuff, folks, because I tell you what, you won't. There's no chance at 60 or 65 to turn it around. You got to turn it around early. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, folks, that's it. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted today. Over and out. Join me tomorrow for another one. We'll hang out, have another chat. Maybe I'll be a little less fired up and a bit more. I don't know, whatever. As always, leave us some comments in the chats, folks. If there's something you see out there, give us a heads up. I'll make an effort to take a look and see if I can offer any information, wisdom, pontification on what's going on. Anyway, that's it from me, folks. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. Cheers, Alex. Cheers, Jimmy. Cheers, Alison. Cheers, Trina. Jeff, if you're still there. And whoever else is there. Luke. Thanks, team. All right, folks, that's it. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6 Star team here at positivementor.com.au.